Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you do not know me, my name is Daniela and welcome to another episode of Magical Life Mondays. First things first, happy last day of the month. It is the end of June, which means we've survived 6 months of 2025. So let's give us a round of applause. All right, he stepped out of the room, so a little jitters can go away now. So I was thinking about what video to post because I knew specifically today was gonna be the last day of the month. And then it hit me. Let's summarize the first 6 months of 2025 for me. So the first 6 chapters of this year is coming to a close. So yeah, I'm ready to get this video started. So sit down, relax, we can get ready together and let's chat about the first 6 months of 2025. Let's go. Fun fact, I just spent the last 8 minutes trying to put on a necklace. Had to glue on this nail because it popped off. And it's almost 3:30 and we need to leave in about an hour. So my last Beauty Wednesday video was me doing a review on Point of View by Michaela, and I've actually been really loving it and I've been using it every day as kind of skincare. And I learned my lesson to shake this thing up first. So yeah, we're gonna go in with Drench It first. I was so conflicted on what type of video to do for this week's Magical Life Monday because it is the last day of the month and we've been through 6 months of the year already, which is crazy. I was gonna originally do like a sit down, sum up my month video, but I rather just do a little get ready with me action, and we're gonna still do that. So we're gonna do a little bit of both. How has everyone's year been so far? Doing a little check-in. Has it been good? Has it been has it not been the best? That's okay, because at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And I've definitely learned that so far with this half of chapter 2025. Drip It's next. I actually really like Drip It. Drip It is like one of the products I didn't expect to really enjoy as much as I do. Let's see. We're gonna start off with January. January was basically like my introduction to 2025. So not a lot of highlighty things happened, like big moments. But like 2 things that really pop up to me was like my grandma's birthday. I actually spent the whole day with my grandma. Her birthday is January 21st. And I loved that I got to spend her birthday with her. And she is 92. I am a grandma's girl, true and true. I love my grandma so much. That is my best friend. This is my favorite product, by the way. Whip It. And I'm still trying to figure out how to get this out. But this is what I've been doing. I've been using this tweezer. And just like kind of like get into the like, okay, it worked for me. It worked for me. What? Oh, it's not all the way open. That's why. Yeah, like it's just not. Are you kidding me? What? That's never worked. Okay, I was about to show you a little cute little hack with the tweezer and this, but apparently now it decided to work. So I was so happy that I got to do that. I really enjoyed spending the day with her, like doing what she wanted to do, even though like it was just simply being in her house, just like watching a movie, eating some food. She loved every moment of it and I loved every moment of it. Another thing that like always comes up for me, especially in January, was my husband and I wedding anniversary. We got married on January 26, 2023. So we celebrated 2 years of being married. So that's really about it for January, to be honest. Like nothing really highlighty happened in January. It's kind of like your introduction to the year. You know, so funny. I forgot to put on my under eye cream and spray my face. February. That's where we are. Yeah. The things that pop up for me in February is definitely like my husband's birthday. He is an Aquarius, born on February 5th. So I'm just really incredibly grateful that the fact that we've celebrated 6 birthdays together. 6! Oh my gosh. So like every year I try to make it as special as I can. I know this year was kind of like mediocre in a way because like I had something planned for him for next month. Yeah, you know what's funny? Something really important came up in February that I just realized. Duh, I got fired in February. I lost my job that I was at legit the first day of February. I actually got really sick. I know that sounds like really awful, but look at it this way. I have celiac disease. Fun fact. I don't know if you know that on here, but I do. And it's an autoimmune disease. So my immune system is very weak. So the last week of January, I got the flu. And this was no ordinary flu. This was a flu that I never like caught before. I was down. I was at 102-degree fever for like a week. And I was just bedbound. I wasn't able to move. I wasn't able to do anything. And I understand where the job comes from, where at the end of the day, they need someone reliable. I am in the education field, so you definitely need someone reliable in that field. I just didn't fit the margin at the time because here I am coming into this new place and I'm just constantly getting sick. I mustered up the courage because I was still very sick to get up, to shower, to get ready for me to go to urgent care just to get one more note, just to let them know she is still not well. Bam, email comes through. Thank you for your time. Unfortunately, your services are no longer needed. You are terminated. Yay! And at first, I was so upset. I should put something on my face. I'm gonna go in with glaze there. We're gonna prime the skin first because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you guys were aware that I have this autoimmune disease. I tell you guys before, you guys couldn't just do it in person. You couldn't wait till I come back and just, like, I walk in and you tell me to go home. Like, you had to tell me over an email. Like, that's how I was feeling at first. I was so beyond upset. But then I came to realize something. I woke up probably a week after getting fired, and I'm like, this had to happen for a reason. I knew that God had a plan for me, and I became very acceptant of the fact that I was unemployed really quickly. I'll do a little spoiler. Has not been going the best. I am still currently unemployed, but I'm okay with it. Oh my gosh, this box is so dirty. But I was organizing my makeup, switching out my makeup for summer, and I found this baby. So this is the Super Goo Protectant. This is a daily skin tint. I'm in the shade 24N regularly. I'm not sure what shade I would be for the summer. What I love about this is that it has SPF in it. So I feel protected. Oh, okay. Shout out to my girl Sammy for getting me this really cute Wicked bag. This is where my makeup brushes are right now. Going in with this El Maquillage foundation brush just to blend that out. But yeah, that's kind of the main highlighting thing that happened in February was I got fired from my job. And then I decided to kind of fully jump into YouTube. By the way, shameless plug, I forgot to do this for both January and February. I did do recap videos on a month. If you want to learn more about my January and February 2025, I'm going to put these two video links in the description box below so you can go check those out. But we're going to March, which honestly, all of March for me is just straight up Boston. Boston, Boston, Boston. Did I do one more video? Yes, I went to Boston, which was a New Year's Revolution checkoff list because it was to travel to a new state. Boston was that. This was my husband's Christmas gift. I got him this trip to Boston, and I was extremely proud of myself because the one main thing, my one main goal for this trip was that he didn't have to worry about the hotel or the main activity because your girl paid for it. I paid for it. I treated my man because let me tell you, my husband, when we travel, my husband pays for... Who is calling me? Oh, it's my mother. Hold on. Give me a second. We're going to use this concealer today. I haven't used it in a while. NYX Bear With Me concealer. As you can see, I love this stuff. This is in the shade Vanilla. I just love it. It's just so skin-like. The only thing I don't love about it is that it's a pump. I wish this wasn't a pump. The messed up part is me looking for brushes without my glasses. So, Boston. So, I had this gift plan out for him since August of last year because 2024 was a lot for him and I. We went through a lot together and I just felt like it was right for me to do something so big and grand for him. We wanted to travel to a new state. I was stuck between two states that we've always wanted to travel to. It was Chicago or Boston, but Boston just was a little more better time-wise. As you guys should know, and if you couldn't tell by the thumbnails that just came up earlier, I did a whole bunch of Boston vlogs. So I did a travel day vlog. I'm gonna make a playlist of all of my Boston videos, and you should check out that playlist. In the description box below is gonna be a link for that. Show us some love. Thank you. My tried and true Hourglass concealer brush. Just gonna blend that baby out. We went to Boston. We tried a whole bunch of gluten-free stuff. I went to this place called Primas. That's in another vlog. That one right there. It was so good. And then the main reason why I did this trip for us was for the Celtics game. We went to go see the Celtics play in TD Garden. It was our first time ever at a basketball game. So him and I got to do something brand new together, which is my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing is when we get to experience new things together for the first time. And he likes basketball. He's a basketball guy. I'm a baseball girly, fun fact. So I never experienced basketball before like this. But let me tell you, it's entertaining. Like being there in person, I really did enjoy it. The Celtics had a nice vibe to it. I had a good time. You've probably seen it in this vlog. Your girl got a little tipsy. Like, honestly, that was March. March was that trip. And I'm not gonna lie, that trip made me so nervous. I was nervous because of the food, like, of the gluten-free stuff. But let me tell you, Boston's where it's at for gluten-free food that I've experienced. Okay? I had a gluten-free lobster roll. I had gluten-free, like, sushi, fish, and chips. And I just told my husband, like, legit, like, I wish that he was off on a Monday so him and I can drive the 4 hours so I can go back to that Italian restaurant. That is pretty much March for me. That is definitely be one of the most unforgettable trips that him and I experienced together. I love when him and I travel. It's not my favorite thing to do. I love traveling. I love experiencing new states, new activities, new adventures. Liquid blush of the day is going to be this one by Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Niacinamide Dewdrops, and I think the shade for this, is Watermelon Flush. I love this stuff, and I put it away for a little bit, but now she's back in my repertoire. And while we put on blush, we're going to talk about April. April was definitely the month of testing my mental health and testing my full abilities, because April was the month of many things. The stuff that comes up is all family emergencies. We had a lot of family emergencies happen in April. Before that, I'm going to talk about this brush real quick because I have not talked about this brush on here because I haven't used it in a while. This is the Kitty Paw brush from She Glammed. This is one of my favorite brushes to apply cream blushes, and you're going to see why. Watch. Like, look at that. It just blends seamlessly and is so gorgeous. And also shout out to that color. That's actually a really beautiful color. So a little backstory to the situation. My mom got into a car accident, I think back in October-ish. I'm trying to remember when. I was on the phone with her when she got into the accident. And she tore a meniscus in her knee. And she needed surgery for it, which I always get so scared when I hear my family members get surgery. I have a huge fear of anesthesia. I was like so worried and so concerned. When she went for the surgery, it turns out she actually needed a full knee repair, which means she had to be there longer. And I was freaking out as it was. And I had no way of like being with her the day of surgery. I had to stay back, which stressed me out even more. She was gonna have a really long recovery. And back then, my mom and I intertwined between, I used to go once a month to my grandma's on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because my grandma does dialysis. So someone needs to be there to drop her off. And my mom did all the rest because it was on her way to work. Now my mom stopped working because she needed to recover. So I stepped to the plate and I said, I'm gonna do what she did. So I used to wake up from my house at like 6 o'clock in the morning. My husband used to drop me off. He used to go to work. And I used to do the grandma thing. It was tiring, and I see what my mom goes through and stuff. Pause. Admire the blending. I tried this powder puff that I got from a TikTok shop kit that I got a free sample of. It's very veloury, so I'm curious to see how this works. This is the Kylie setting powder in 200 Soft Pink. Yeah, then on top of that, I had a really big emergency on my husband's side, so I had to step up and be there for my husband as well. I had to be there for my husband. I had to be there for my mom. I had to be there for my grandma, all in the span of just 1 month. I was checking up on my husband's side. I was checking up on my mom. I was doing my grandma, and I knew that I was getting tired. And I knew mentally I was getting so tired. And that was the moment where I realized this is why I don't have a job, because I was meant to do this. I was meant to be a good wife a good daughter, a good granddaughter, and step up to the plate and help out as much as I could. And to release the stress on my mom, because I know it really stressed her out that she couldn't be there for my grandma. That's really what April was for me. April was the test of my mental health and how far can I go. Truly, that's what April is to me. And that's what always comes up of April, is that. And I'm damn proud of myself because everything worked out so beautifully, and I'm incredibly grateful that God gave me the ability to be able to be fully there without no distractions of work, of taking time off, PTO, you know, all of that. I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me. This is in 230, and I'm going to be using this Tarte brush. I actually really like it because it's dual-ended. When I was thinking about this video, I kept telling my husband, what happened in May? Like, did anything important happen in May? And then it hit me. Something very important happened in May, and it involves my grandma. I was on my way to do my weekly routine of me going over to my grandma's and getting her ready to go to dialysis. I go there really early in the morning because she is a morning dialysis person. And as I was getting there, and I was so incredibly grateful for this day, I was really early. Like, everything was just done so early. My husband and I left our house like 15 minutes before we usually do. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm gonna get there on time to mend the powders. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Actually, that's what it's called. Nice. I've learned from doing my makeup the other day to not talk when I was doing this because I fully inhaled this. For highlighter and blush, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Man Eater palette. The highlighter is called Spontaneous and the blush is called Affection. So I'm getting really close to approaching to my grandmother's house, and my mom calls and she's frantic and she's like, where are you? Like, are you nearby? And I'm like, I'm actually like 2 minutes away. Why? And she tells me, she goes, grandma fell. And when my grandma falls, it's not like just any other people falling. My grandma's 92, so her falls can be really serious. I jump out of the car, I run upstairs, and she is in her room, so she didn't get to get up fully. 2 weeks prior to that, she actually had another fall as well, but this one was not as severe. She just tripped on herself and then she got up and walked away. This time she couldn't move, so that was really concerning. She had her life alert on and she called somebody. So I basically needed to be there to make sure the door was open because my grandma locks the door, you know. Legit, I was not there 2 minutes alone. The paramedics comes and she's telling them like her back hurts, her everything hurts, you know. Look how cute I did this. I put all my lip liners and all my eyeliner stuff in here. This is my lip liner choice. It is by Nova Beauty. This is in nude too. And I love this lip liner because it's kind of like my lip but better. We do everything, CAT scan, MRI, everything like that. She fractured 2 parts of her lower back, her L5 and her S1. So her pelvis shift. Like, she just was in a lot of pain and she actually did some really bad damage to herself. So she had to stay in the hospital. And it kind of freaked me out because I was going through this rhythm that I was going to my grandma's 3 times a week. You know, I got to spend time with my grandma. I stayed over for like 2 days, once a month. You know, my grandma's home is my second home. This is where I was raised. It's where everything happened. And then she wasn't able to go back for a little bit. So it was really difficult. She was a fighter. She killed it. She killed physical therapy. She was walking, everything like that. But she does live by herself. We were not comfortably releasing her home to be alone. So currently right now my grandma is in a rehab center. I'm incredibly grateful for this rehab center because it's really amazing. But I do miss going to my grandma's house. I miss seeing my grandma in her house. I really do. I miss it so much. And it hurts my heart because she always tells me like she wants to go home. But we try to tell her that now is not the time. This is for your safety. But it hurts when she says things like that because I know she just misses her home. She misses her independence because my grandma's an independent woman. Like you see, it's just a really gorgeous color. And it's not, you could tell that I have something on, but you also can't tell. We're gonna move on to lips and talk about this month. I decided to put every single one of my lip products in here so I can actually try new things because I stick to the same things. And I do love me my lippies. Your girl has a plentiful. This is full of just lips alone. And inside here, inside this zipper pocket here is the full ColourPop Disney collection. This one just screamed to me. I don't know why. This is the Wet n Wild Sesame Street collaboration. This is my homegirl Zoe. This is my favorite Muppet. This is just in fun size, and that's how I feel. I'm fun sized. But June, this month, we're just gonna be putting this gently in the middle everywhere. I love this color. Fully setting the face with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake. I love this stuff. So June, where do I begin? I begin with the first weekend of June. You guys already seen some of it. I went to Disney World. Actually, it's like Disney. Yes, you've probably seen the vlogs that I've produced. That sounded fancy. Friday is going to be my Hollywood studio vlog because we did spend a full day there. Can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to see that vlog. It's so fun. I was supposed to upload it Friday, but honestly, June besides that has been a few medical situations for me, okay? And I go back to like last week. I had a severe allergic reaction, and I am sad to say that I think it was one of the products that I mentioned in my January video. I think it was the pre-workout. I decided to curl my lashes off camera, and I glued my nail, and my husband finally put on my necklace I wanted to put on. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I need a waterproof mascara in order to hold my curls. But back to, what was I? Oh, yeah, so I decided for the first time in like 3 months to go to the gym. So I usually do a pre-workout. I took it about like 20 minutes before my workout session. I finish it right before I get there. Not even 5 minutes later, my skin starts getting on fire. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was just awful. And then I was so smart. I kept working out when I kept feeling these things because, I'll be straight up, I was just proud of myself that I was going to the gym. I was like, I'm gonna do it fully. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. Girl, I should have known to stop. I did full treads for like a half an hour, still feeling this way. And then I start realizing that I can't breathe properly. And I'm just like, maybe it's just me getting those pumps up, you know, like, no, sweetie. Just to top it, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Sky High mascara. Then after we go to the floor, and I realized I can lift my dumbbell, which is 10 pounds, without me not being able to breathe. So I run out of the class and I go to the bathroom where there's a mirror, and I see my face and I see it's fully red. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we're actually having an allergic reaction. Okay. I decided to take the procedure that my doctor told me was first to do my inhaler because I need to open up my airways. And of course, for the first time ever, because I'm usually really good with this stuff, but for some reason that day I was not, I left my EpiPen and my Benadryl in my house. And I was about by transit an hour and a half away with the bus. So I got up and I told my coach, I said, listen, I think we're having a situation. And he was like, go home. You did really well. The class is pretty much almost over and you accomplished tread. That's most important. Go home and try to like go. He told me go home, and then he was like, wait, go to the front desk and tell them what's happening. They're gonna help you out. Oh, and I could finally take out these pieces that I've been having because I decided to do like a Sierra Love Island inspired braid thingamabob. I like it. She's cute. Then after that, I tell my husband what's going on. They call him. And I was originally going to take a cab to go home, so I was going to take my Benadryl. Because when I take a Benadryl and I have those situations, 95% of the time it helps. Then we decided to change the route to just go straight to the ER. Because I'm progressively wheezing. No air is coming in. Let's get back home. I'm going to throw on a little amp and then we're going to talk. Because I left this at home by accident. I regret it so much. My lips were... But as I was saying, I was talking about June with you guys. So basically... I have to shout out the cab driver because he was so quick. He saw how I was and he was driving as fast as he can. So thank you. But yeah, I basically got to the hospital and my throat almost fully closed. So I lost the ability to speak and then I couldn't catch like air at all. And at first they kept thinking it was asthma. And honestly, that was the worst experience ever because I was by myself. So nobody was with me to assist me, to talk for me. I had my mom on the phone because I let her know what was going on. But they were like kind of figuring it out themselves, that they didn't hear my mom for a while until this amazing nurse just grabbed the phone and she said, she goes, my daughter has celiac. She's severely allergic to gluten. This is an allergic reaction. right away, they bring me to like a random corner, like with a bed, and they just started pumping me with like Benadryl, albuterol, Protozoan, you know, all those lovely stuff that they pump you with because they leave epi to last. And one thing for me, I don't like what epi does to me because it's just a boost of adrenaline into your system. It makes me very jittery. I feel my heart like just pounded like crazy, bump, you know? And the minute they put the epi in me, bam, start jittering, shaking, everything like that. But it worked. I felt so much better than I did. And I have not taken that pre-workout since. I actually have to contact the company, which I think is a little too late to do so, but it's never too late at the same time. So, and then I was on medication and I had to do something prior to the morning. And one thing about me, prednisone makes me very loopy. And what I do is I sleep it off. So I didn't take my medication Saturday morning because I had to do something early in the morning. So I didn't want to sleep the whole day. But that led me to be into a breathing episode, a really bad breathing episode. I couldn't catch my breath. So my husband jumped into the car and we came home right away because I knew it was an allergic reaction because I didn't eat anything that was cross-contaminated, anything like that. It was simply the bad air quality because hence, forgot to mention, we had a heat wave, a severe heat air quality wave in the middle of all this. So I'm very sensitive to air right now. So came home, he pumped the inhaler, gave me Benadryl right away, and like instantly just felt so much better. And I went to sleep for about like 12 hours. Yeah, so June has been amazing. I will never forget this June. I will never forget my first girls trip ever. So it's definitely a highlight. And then of course we had the medical situation. And now we're here. And I'm looking forward for the next 6 months, especially next month because it is July. And that is my birthday month, people. So I'm turning 26, so I can't wait to see what the next 6 months brings me. But to end today's episode of Magical Life Monday, you already know I like to read you guys a Bible quote, which is my way of ending my episodes every single time. And I love it because in a way, it works perfectly with the theming. So see, I think it's actually today's verse I really like. I like to use the KJV Bible app. It's just the King James Version Bible on a iPad or iPhone. I do it every single morning, every single night. Today's was actually really awesome and I love it so much. It's actually from the book of Matthew, which I've been loving the book of Matthew lately, by the way. Really a big fan. But it is chapter 6, verse 33, and it just says this: seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. That's all. They're very powerful words. That's one thing I'm proud of myself that I've done in these first 6 months is how true that I've been with my relationship with God, getting to know him better. Yes, we've lost our paths a few times, but one thing is once you realize where you need to go and what you need to really seek, he is ever forgiving because he does love us. At the end of the day, he loves us more than I think all of us think. So that's with that. And with reading that Bible verse, you already know that is the end of today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I really greatly appreciate it for you guys for stopping by. If this is your first time seeing me and you want more episodes from me, don't forget to press the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you're notified when I post more episodes. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. So I really love that. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm going to eat some dinner. And till next time, it'll be July. So see you next episode. Bye-bye.